In July of 2009, I received an email that said, "You're invited to the Crazy Mountain Ranch, RSVP now." I didn't know what it was, but for some reason I decided to open it, and everything seemed legitimate to me. I called a friend, and he was a little more skeptical than I was and was just for sure that it was fake. So I was a little bit more curious, so I called the telephone number that was provided in the email, and in fact, it was legitimate. I was invited to the Crazy Mountain Ranch in Clyde Park, Montana. I filled out all the proper paperwork that they needed. I sent everything from driver's licenses to addresses to birthdays to what kind of itinerary we might want to participate in once we got there, all kinds of things. A few weeks later, after they received all of my paperwork, I received a letter in the mail that said I was in fact invited to the ranch, and I got to choose from a few days and picked September 16th through the 19th. A few weeks after that, I was at work and received this giant package from FedEx, and I hadn't ordered anything. I didn't know what it was going to be, and so I immediately opened it up, and it was 2 pieces of red and black luggage provided for us for our trip. A few weeks after that, I received 2 gift cards to cover the cost of our checked bag fees when we left. I also received a check for $1,250 to cover any taxes that I might incur, because technically this was a prize that I won. The day finally came to leave for Montana. We got up bright and early, left from Pittsburgh International Airport, went to Minneapolis Airport. From Minneapolis, we went to Bozeman, Montana. When we arrived at that airport, other guests like myself were ushered to a special room where they had refreshments and little snacks and, stuff to hold us over until the bus was ready to leave. Strange thing happened when I was there, though. I have an uncle that lives 5 minutes away from me. He happened to be at the airport in Montana picking up someone that was on the flight that we were on. He goes to Montana almost every summer, and what are the odds that he would be there? Anyways, we were escorted to the bus and we arrived at the Crazy Mountain Ranch. And I will say that Montana is one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen. We checked in to the front desk and we were escorted to our rooms. Our room was beautiful. It had a little balcony, and on our bed were free goodies for myself and my guest. We got a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, a digital camera, a Columbia windbreaker, a fancy waterproof jacket, amongst many other things. So already the trip was starting off to be pretty good. Every day they provided every meal for you: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Some were a little more fancy than others. They had a band at nighttime. They also had activities for us to do every day. So we went on a 4-wheel drive Jeep adventure where we went through streams and over hills and saw much wildlife and beautiful, beautiful scenery. I tried fly fishing. I will say that is not something that would be my career, but I was glad that I got a chance to try it. We went on a hike and our guide took us all over the place, and then we get to this step and I see the zip line and I'm like, "Whew, I don't know if I can do this," but I swallowed my fear. Next thing I knew, I was gliding through the air and over a stream, between trees. It was amazing. I'm so glad that I swallowed my fear and did it. I was only there for 3 amazing days. I wish it could have been more. I made memories that I will never forget, and for a trip that I thought was probably too good to be true, it ended up being one of the best trips of my life.